Welcome back to Dark Souls. Last time, we started our adventure through Sen's Fortress, we got killed a few times, and we met our first Mimic. This time, we're gonna continue on our quest to reach Anor Londo by way of Sen's Fortress. That's what Logan was doing, that's what a lot of people were doing. Sigmar's also trying to get to Anor Londo. Well, he's in it for the adventure, so I don't know about him. Right. Ring of Sacrifice goes back on! Here we have another arrow trap. No. You remember the last pendulum trap? Burn this one. This is the one I really hate. What this expects you to do is run. You know what? I don't want to get shoved through a wall, so I'll have to be careful. Luckily, I'm a parry guy. I think we can ignore the mage. So we have to take out this manserpent right here. I missed. Maybe we get some more, like, large Titanite shards. I think I'm gonna keep that Ring of Sacrifice on, just in case. Because I don't trust this game. After what happened with the Giant and the Pendulums, I don't trust this game. Roll! You are going to die. 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 Slash. Take that. Oh, beast. We got another one. We're gonna shoot him once. Maybe twice. Yeah, that should do it. Now we're gonna burn him. That should pick him up. Dead. I hate these pendulums. By the way, they're all hanging from up here. That's a nice piece of level design that I appreciate. They're not just hanging in the sky. Oh, no. Oh, that scared me. And we're done with the hellhole! We reached the top of Sen's Fortress. I think we can take off our Ring of Sacrifice. I'll put on the Callisto Serpent Ring, because getting items is always nice. There's another Boulder Knight. This guy is significantly tougher than all the others. The Knights of Baldur came here to Sen's Fortress to discover the fate of the undead with their Knight King Rendel. Because they were also crippled by their undead curse, and now they're here, hollowed out. There's also another one. Don't have any toys. And we're gonna pick up this. This chest has burn marks on it, and that's pretty neat. The Flame Stone Plate Ring. Stone plates, the symbol of a true knight, grant the strength to face various hardships. The red stone plate symbolizes fire, and boosts defense against flame. That they do. This is the first of the stone plate rings. This one specifically defends against fire. And we're gonna need some defense against fire very soon. Because get down. And lo and behold, the only bonfire in Sen's Fortress. The only one. I feel so bad for this. I'm also gonna reverse my hollowing, because I'd like to be human. It's not like there aren't any invasions here, but I'd still like to be human. Takes us a little back, but in general, it takes us back here. We reached the top of Sen's Fortress, finally. We have to just keep running. Because there are bombs of fire being thrown at us from a giant up above. Just keep running. Just run. I probably should have kindled that bonfire too, but I didn't. Why? I don't know why. And we have a bolt and iron crossbow. It goes down very quickly. Drop tightening shards very frequently. The giant's right up there, so let's get up here and kill him. We can, fortunately, deal with this one in a lot safer way by just powering here. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa! Fight it? I don't know. Nah. Never mind. Sorry, giant, but you must die. These poor slaves. This giant will never respawn. You know, it's giant fire bombs that was throwing at us. And now we actually have an easy path to the boss, right there. We're not gonna take it. Because there are other things we can do. For one, we could take the corpses on these boulder knights, it looks like. This one looks like a boulder knight. That one's regular. So the giants aren't... The giants and the serpent men aren't letting anyone in. over here, we're gonna see an enemy we haven't seen in a while. It's a Bear Knight Knight. A knight from the Order of the Knights of Bear Knight. They were also looking for a way to... They were also looking for the fate of the undead. But just like Baldur Knight, they've been hollowed out. It's unbelievable. He dropped a Great Axe. This place is a very good place to farm Titanite shards, specifically large ones. I'm gonna climb down here. And I'd like to take in the view, but we can't. Because this guy is in the way. This is Undead Prince Ricard. He's some undead prince. He was, this guy may have been from Astora. I'm not sure. But he's not good top. And Undead Prince Ricard has been defeated. We get Ricard's Rapier. A rapier with intricate decorations. Chosen weapon of the infamous Undead Prince Ricard. Ricard's exploits are told in a monomyth. He was born into royalty, but wandered the lands in a fateful, ill-conceived journey. He became undead and disappeared up north. And now he hollowed here in Sen's Fortress. No one knew what his mission was. He was a prince. He left whatever kingdom he was in to find the fate of the undead, or some other mission. There we can see some of Sen's Fortress. There you can see where that other giant was. And past let's see what Ricard was guarding. Ricard happened to be guarding two chests. One with a divine blessing, we won't cover those for a while. And one with a rare ring of sacrifice. Neither of these were mimics. We're gonna talk a bit more about mimics when we see some more of them. But for now, don't worry about them. Until you progress further in the story, you won't see mimics. Now we have to explore a bit more. I really don't want to die. I lost my souls here once. It was not pretty, I assure you. Now that everything's dead, take a look at this giant. You see what he's doing? He's putting boulders down onto the contraption that shot the boulders in the fortress. That's where they were coming from. He just picks them up from this pile of boulders and throws them down. Slaves of the gods. Now we're gonna make this leap of faith and go in here. Knock over this picnic table. This man is not an enemy.
Ah, what? What? Who are you? Ah, another undead, eh? I took on Sen's Fortress alone, but I'm no different from those vile creatures. I was driven by conceit. Ah, you think you're different? That you can handle it? Yes, I remember that feeling, for I was the same. So, let me help you out, with your soul searching.
This is the Crestfallen Merchant. He took on Sen's Fortress alone. He looks very similar to the Baranite Knights that we've seen before, in the Undead Church and one in Sen's Fortress. He looks very similar, but I'm here to tell you that he is not a Baranite Knight. He just stole their armor. He sells black fire bombs and green blossoms, the only way to get them. He also sells Titanite shards, large Titanite shards, and green Titanite shards at a ridiculous price, so don't buy them here. He sells the Great Sword, the Baldur Shield, the Great Axe, and the Tower Shield. We're going to read the item descriptions for the Great Sword. One of the gigantic straight Great Swords. Very few have what it takes to wield this incredibly heavy, damage-dealing monsters. A favorite of the Knights Baranite, known for their heavy armor and black iron Tarkus. A favorite of the Knights Baranite and black iron Tarkus. Who's black iron Tarkus? The Knights of Baranite. What else is there? Baldur Shield. Baldur was the home of Night King Rendel, but the kingdom was reduced to ruins after a widespread outbreak of undead. Tower Shield. Metal Great Shield, used by Baranite Knights, known for their heavy armor. The thick plate of iron is heavily defensive but ultra heavy. Great Shields are very stable and deflect attacks, however one cannot parry and instead bashes with the shield. That's why I think medium shields are more useful than great shields. You can't parry with great shields. He sells regular arrows, but he also sells feather arrows and sniper bolts. He also has access to Thunder Stoneplate Ring and the Spell Stoneplate Ring. Those are the other two Stoneplate Rings. The yellow Stoneplate symbolizes thunder, and the blue Stoneplate symbolizes souls. Let's also see the armor he has on sale. He has the Katarina set, the set that Sigmar of Katarina was wearing. The Onion set. Distinctively shaped armor worn by the Knights of Katarina. Outside Katarina is often ridiculed for its onion-like shape, infuriating the proud knights, but the masterfully forged curved design makes it very effective for deflecting blows. That's where Onion Knights come from. That's why Andre called Sigmar Sir Onion, because they're made fun of for their onion-like armor. Well, it does look like an onion. He also sells the Baldur set, which we already read, and the Steel set, what he's wearing, and the armor of the Baranite Knights. Armor of the Knights of Baranite, known for their heavy armaments and armor. Countless Knights of Baranite, once extolled as the mightiest of mighty, became undead and ventured to Lordran, but their journey was for naught, as they went hollow and became a threat to all undead. Let's talk to him.
There's nothing more to say. I'm finished. We're both on the brink, you see. End of story. You bloody fool.
Oh, that's too bad. I'm gonna prove you wrong.
Let me give you a nibble of advice. Don't even consider visiting Anor Londo. Not in your state. For a century they've tried and failed. The Night King Rendel, Black Iron Tarkus, and even Logan himself. You won't stand a chance, you'll be eaten alive. But go along if you wish, if only to deepen your despair.
They've tried and failed for a century? The Crestfallen Merchant mentioned 2 names. 3 names. He mentioned the Night King Rendel, we've heard of him. Apparently he never reached Anor Londo from Sen's Fortress. He may still be trapped, he might be trapped here, or he might be dead, for all we know. He also mentioned Black Iron Tarkus. Black Iron Tarkus is the leader of the Baranite Knights. We don't know about him, but he was the leader of their order. I don't think Baranite is a country. I think Baranite is just an order of knights. An order of knights that's from Baldur. It makes sense. The Baldur Knights that lived under the Night King used dex swords and wear less armor to be more swift, but the Baranite Knights wear heavy armor, use giant swords and shields, and they can take a lot of hits. Black Iron Tarkus led that order of knights. But he also mentioned Logan. Big Hat Logan. Greek said that Big Hat Logan would travel to Anor Londo by way of Sen's Fortress. He never made it through. That's a shame. Maybe he's still alive. Maybe we can find him here. Let's get out of here.
Nothing at all? Fine then. Rush in like a naked babe and be skinned alive.
Thank you. We're a naked babe. The Night King Rendell, Black Iron Tarkus, and even Logan himself. They've all failed in their mission. And here's that serpent mage that we saw before. Hey, don't do that. And here we get the cage key. Let's read up on it. Key to the hanging cage in Sen's Fortress. If a hapless adventurer becomes fatigued during an imprudent attempt to overcome the fortress, the Serpent Men will not kill him, but lock him up in a lonely cage. Eventually, unless they have forgotten, they drag the victim off to who knows where. This opens up a cage. We can make use of cages. You know what? I have an idea. I've seen a hanging cage. Maybe we can use the key to open it. But the cage was empty. Maybe we can use it for something else. Gotta make this jump! I'm alive! We'll deal with that giant later. And the cage key opens up this cage. And that brings us all the way back to the beginning of Sen's Funhouse. I'm gonna equip the Ring of Sacrifice. I don't want to die. We got one. I am so dead. I'm dead. Not dead. It's a miracle. And now we get a path all the way back. I'm going to take a screenshot because I need a thumbnail. There. Screenshot taken. I'm not finished with the pain and suffering yet. You have to go back across these platforms. Because, the game hates me. Oh, they scare me so much. You know what? Screw this. I'm just taking the cage back. Ignore that guy. Yeah, now we're gonna jump down there. And jump! Goodbye! For some reason that giant won't shoot the rocks anymore. Doesn't bother me, makes my job easier. Next guy we have to take down. No man serpent. Alright, I'll accept it. That guy's just sleeping on the job. He drags his victims off to who knows where. Let's open up some keys. Open up some cages. Specifically, this one. And this one. This key has our first soul of a hero. My interpretation of this is that unfortunately, that was the Night King Rendell. He got captured by the man serpents. They stripped his armor, and he eventually hollowed to his death. Here you get a nicer view of the Darkwood Garden and Anor Londo up above. But there's one more cage. Hello.
You seem quite lucid. A rare thing in these times. I am Logan. I'm a bit cooped up, as you can see. I have a bright idea. Suppose you set me free. I'm old and empty-handed, but I could repay you with knowledge and sorcery. This place is melting my mind. The inactivity is repressive.
We found him! Big Guy Logan! He's still alive! We are pretty lucid. Almost. He's trapped. Griggs, what were you talking about? Logan ain't so competent. He got captured. Well, he is a great sorcerer. He is actually very powerful, so don't get any funny ideas about killing him. So, since we have the cage key, we'll open up his door. You're free, Logan.
Oh, heavens. Thank you. I'm saved, and I'd love to resume my travels. But I must log a few things first, and I owe you a favor. I will return to Firelink Shrine. Speak with me there, so that I may impart my sorcery. Oh, hello. Don't mind me. Go on ahead. I'll be along later. Whoa, I'll be just fine, young one.
That's good to hear. Hoping you don't get captured again. It's all in a day's work for us. Now that we have saved Logan, let's get out of here. Back to the bonfire. We're gonna rest at this bonfire and kindle it. Again, only bonfire, so it'd be good if you kindled it. I haven't died since we got to the second pendulum thing. I'm surprised, because normally the game hates me a lot more. And it's a lot tougher for me to get past. Let's pick up the skill protection, why not? You know, not the ring of steel protection, since I'm gonna kill some more enemies. I want some more items. Die. I don't feel like we're doing enough damage. Not like I'm gonna use the claymore. Now that the giants are dead, we don't have to worry about any fire bombs coming down from the sky. Still a shame about the one that pulled the chain. We didn't have to kill him. He didn't do anything to us, and he doesn't actually get in our way. We attacked him. Well, they'll be thanking us for relieving us from their agony. What's that up there? Now we can go through the boss door. The fog door. But I don't want to. Look at that view. There's that building again. You saw it before at the end of church, but now it's here. Now it's very strange. It's a bit quiet. I'm gonna bring the volume back. Yeah, it was completely silent for some reason. That happens sometimes. What is that? Well, that's our boss. We're gonna need some help, though, from this summon. This is Black Iron Tarkus. He's still alive, and he's still trying to make it through Sen's Fortress. Or maybe he's made it already. The first human to reach Anor Londo is not us. So, let's summon him. He can help us. I'm sure that great sword will be very helpful. He actually uses his own shield. He has a unique shield. Before we go, I want you to bring your attention to something. Look at Tarkus. Look where he's looking. He's looking at that Baronite Knight. He had to go on his own to reach Anor Londo. Not a single one of the Knights of his order remained. I don't know why, but that's very sad. And that brings a bit of character to this otherwise static summon. Anyway, Let's go. Victory achieved. Thank you, Black Iron Tarkus. Yeah. Well, that's the Iron Golem. It's another theme that I really like. But if you summon Tarkus, he breaks the boss. It has to have been on purpose. He can solo the boss. He just does so much damage with that greatsword. That ultra greatsword. Either way, from killing it, we get the core of an Iron Golem. Because it's not a soul, the Iron Golem isn't alive. Soul serving as the core of the Iron Golem, guardian of Sen's Fortress, and slayer of countless heroes seeking Anor Londo. Originally a bone of an everlasting dragon, the core of an Iron Golem was once an everlasting dragon bone, because he was supposed to be an everlasting guardian, but it failed twice. It couldn't take down Tarkus either. Tarkus made it to Anor Londo, and now we can too. And with that, we're done. Sen's Fortress is over. Next time, it's time to go to Anor Londo. See you guys then.